Good evening, everybody. Today is literally a great day for the country. The medal that we have been waiting for since the beginning of Olympics in track and field has actually been achieved today. Young Mr. Neeraj Chopra has done it with his javelin in Tokyo. It was in 1960 that we hoped that the first track and field gold medal will come through Milkha Singh. We almost missed it. In 84, we thought it will be there again with PT Usha. There also, we just missed it. Today, it actually happened. So, happiness all around. And this is time I think we should all really congratulate each other. And of course, congratulate that man who has brought us this glory, Neeraj Chopra and his javelin. So on this great day, it's a great day it's a great occasion. Kahani Kancheti, which as you know is a platform for discussing anything that is clubbed largely under art and culture. So therefore theatre, cinema, books, poetry, author chats, all kinds of. We have today a very interesting program, interesting for two reasons. It's about the crime world in Mumbai. That starts brewing the plot. And we have the man with us who is the master of these stories, Mr. S. Hussain Zaidi, who incidentally happens to be the mentor of Mr. Gautam Mengle. Gautam Mengle has just done his debut novel called Intersections. And I think we at Kahani Kancheti couldn't do anything better than to get Zaidi Saab to come in and join us in this discussion. So, and since Zaidi Saab has said that he has given us, he won't be here for the entire conversation. So he'll be here for a while. And so let's not waste time in my doing the usual speeches and stuff like that. Let's get Zaidi Saab and Gautam in and take on from there. So here is Zaidi Saab. Welcome,
Hello.
Zaidi Saab. We are
you, sir.
absolutely privileged to have you here. And
Thank you very much.
already, Zaidi Saab, there is one comment that has come. It just says, "Love Zaidi."
Oh,
So
thank you.
that's the first one I just received from here, and we also bring in our young friend, Mr. Gautam Mengle. Now,
Thank you so much for
Zaidi
having
Saab,
me.
absolute pleasure, Gautam. So we will have to first, everybody knows Hussain Zaidi. Everybody knows about Black Friday. Everybody knows about Dongri to Dubai. Everybody knows about the mafia queens of Mumbai. And all kinds of crime thrillers, actual real stories, not those made up kind of ones. And in his years of investigative crime journalism, he has been mentoring a young talent, Gautam Mengle. And I'm sure inspired him. That's quite obvious. And Gautam
a
has
lot.
come out with a book. Oh, right. And Gautam has come out with a book called Intersections. Now, intersection is all about crime underworld in Mumbai. Now, whenever you talk Mumbai, there is a given thing that there is some underworld thing happening over here, and Zaidi Saab is the man who has actually pioneered writing about them, and Gautam has just followed that, and we have a new book, a new writer on the same genre. My question to Zaidi Saab is, do you think that this market this readership is expanding? This book stories about real stories about underworld, how the Mumbai police force is tracking them, tackling them, because this seems to be an unending story. Do you think this what you started, and I must tell you, Zaidi Saab, you're the one who started this ball game. Today, where do you see you have a young writer whom you have mentored also in the fray? So
So Mr. Mengle is more interested in crime, thrillers, who done it, and all those kind of stories. He has studiously and deliberately avoided underworld reporting, and he he thinks that maybe if he starts reporting on Underworld, he's going to topple me and he'll become the number one. So he doesn't want to do that to his mentor. So he said maybe he'll have mercy on me and he will let me be part of it, or maybe someone who is doing it better. So that was my first answer. The second part about Underworld, well, see, there is a segment of readers who love to read about Underworld and they enjoy reading about Underworld. And when they don't get anything about Mumbai Underworld, they start reading about Thailand, Triads, Russian Wari Mafia, or Black Mafias of US. Or I've even seen some people, hungrily looking for stuff on Pakistani Mafia. So my whole thing is that
Oh,
there is a very keen interest of readers about Underworld. The point is even I've got tired about writing about them, so I'm also thinking now to diversify towards some terror and some other stories, not just Underworld anymore.
well. So Gautam, what's your response to that? Are you staying away from the underworld to let Zaidi Saab continue to have that command that domain?
I just believe that each one should do what they do best. And Zaidi Saab, nobody knows the underworld like him. So I don't think I have any business meddling with that particular field, which is why I've been trying to find my own area of expertise. It's not about
Excellent.
toppling. It's just about not making a fool of myself.
I think y'all are matching each other very well, and I love
बस
that.
हुआ ये होता है, वरना बाद में से बताते हम क्या था.
भाई एक चीज आप दोनों को ही पूछना है, ये जो क्राइम रिपोर्टिंग अंडरवर्ल्ड हो या नॉन अंडरवर्ल्ड हो, कुछ भी हो, एक चीज जो है कि आप लोग जो इन लोगों के साथ इन्वेस्टिगेट करते हैं, पुलिस के साथ भी, पुलिस के बिना भी, आप लोगों को डर नहीं लगता है? Because there have been cases, in Mumbai where people like you have been sort of attacked. आप लोगों को डर की बात है?
डर, गौतम, डर क्या होता है? I mean, I don't know. I have been doing for 26 years now, but I don't know what is डर. Maybe Gautam English, नया बच्चा, he will have some answer to that.
Well,
You
I will
will say.
finish 13 years. I'll finish 13 years in September, sir. By the way, September 1 was the date that Hussain sir gave me that letter in my hand saying you are now a confirmed employee of the Asian Age and welcome to the profession. So I'll just say, फानूस बन के जिसकी हिफाजत हवा करे, वो शम्मा क्या बुझे जिसे रोशन खुदा करे.
तो जब ही आया था रिपोर्टिंग में,
Wow.
इसके बाल बहुत बड़े बड़े से थे, बेचारे रिपोर्टिंग करते थे, बाल झड़ गए, अब बाल छोटे रह गए. कंधे तक लंबे
I
बाल.
actually had long hair and a ponytail at that time, by the way.
Like
A ponytail was,
हाँ, okay.
in 13 years he has lost lot of hair. तो देखिए कितने छोटे बाल हो गए इसके.
Gautam, tell me, you have been working under his tutelage. If I were to,
Yeah.
for a minute, go back to your Asian Age, and you started with him in Asian Age, right?
That's
he
right.
he appointed you in Asian Age, and then I think you did Indian Express. He was also there. How was the tutoring? How was the learning process under Zaidi Saab? At the same time, Zaidi Saab, while you were those 13 years, Black Friday was happening, Dongri to Dubai was happening, Mafia Queens of the whole lot of series of books were happening, and on the same time that he was tutoring you, honing your skills as a crime writer. So how was he? Was he as a teacher?
oh, he's a wonderful teacher. He will coach you in the very minute aspects that you never thought of. And he's actually been responsible for taking a lot of my stories from a corner of the third or fourth page straight to the anchor slot of the first page or the front page, because he taught me to look for that one angle which nobody else can think of, which will make even a routine run of the mill story seem like something that a reader sitting in Coimbatore or Kanyakumari or Kashmir would want to read. So he's taught me to look for the macro angle in any story, no matter how small it seems. And it was also under his tutelage that I covered the biggest story that Bombay has ever seen, which was the 26/11 terror attacks that happened in the city. So I was all of 2 months old in this profession when those attacks happened, and I was scared as hell, but at the same time I was learning every minute of those 60 hours. And half the night I was on the phone with him and we were coordinating and we were just trying to put out the best coverage of something so horrible happening in front of our eyes at that very moment. So, and from then on it was just the only way to go was up, because once you've been through something like that as a reporter, and your entire perception of terrorism changes, your entire perception of journalism changes. After that, you develop an outlook which only teaches you to look for the bigger angle. Like, there was never a moment in my entire career after where I did not think, okay, I'm covering this particular story. Does this have any direct or indirect bearing on terrorism or anti-terror measures? These CCTV cameras, are they working? Are they not working? Is the police's intelligence gathering machinery strong enough today than what it was in 2007? Just start thinking like that, and it helps tremendously to have a mentor like Zaidi sir, who's an ace crime reporter till this day, to constantly teach you these small things. And we've got like entire Google chats full of him saying lesson number 3, lesson number 4 to me, and telling me all these small tricks of the trade. So that's been my experience as a mentee. And the same after
Well, Gautam, yeah.
yeah.
Carry on. Yeah.
I was saying, and then after that, like when I moved on from the Asian Age, I joined Indian Express, and we were no longer working together in an official capacity, but we were in constant touch. And then I played a very small role in the research for Dongri to Dubai and some subsequent books. And I think that is what put me on this path, because today, if I am known as an author, it's because of all the opportunities he's given me to work on parts of his books, so that I may understand what the process is and what it takes to be an author.
Well, Gautam, I'll tell you this much for sure, that the way you described this whole thing to me about about Zaidi Saab, अब मेरे को लग रहा है कि should I now at this age, become one of his students and enjoy that patronage and that training that he gave you.
So मैंने सब सिखा दिए गौतम को. I have taught everything that I had. So Gautam has kind of taken away all my best of the lessons and instruction. Now I don't think I can have anyone else as my student and who could be as good and meritorious as Mr. Mingle.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a priceless compliment that I think you have paid Gautam just now.
It absolutely.
So Gautam, I think maybe I will come and become your student now to so that all the excitement, because this is absolute exciting. But tell me something. This is something I wanted to ask when you were talking, because I didn't know. You all were together on that 26/11 situation, the Taj. The Bombay.
I was the editor at the Asian Age and he was the reporter. He was just joined. So in September, he joined in crime reporting. And in November, he was in Taj, covering 26/11. So for a rookie or a fresh reporter, that was the biggest challenge. And Mr. Mingle performed very well in the challenge. He kind of shone in that crisis and came up with fantastic stories. Some of them even appear on page 1. So he's a fantastic reporter. And now, of course, a good writer, a very promising one.
Thank you, sir. And these are things you don't realize at that moment, Sujit uncle. I mean, years later, when the blast at Kabutar Khana and Opera House happened, there was a very bad viral infection going on, and I was hospitalized. And it was then that sir called me up and said, "When are you coming back, boss? I am missing the edge that you bring to the stories. I need you on a story like this." And that is when I realized that all of the things that I went through on that night, they actually worked, and they have actually shaped me into somebody that Hussain sir will say that he is missing on the job.
Wow, that's really wonderful, really wonderful. And then Gautam, when you decided to write this book, Intersection, when you decided to write this book, I'm sure you must have gone to Zaidi Saab and told him of your plan, because you all seem to be very close and you all keep chatting. And what was his response? Zaidi Saab, आपने फिर क्या बताया कि बेटा लिखो?
Since the time he joined Asian Age, and only after a couple of years when I saw the man has immense talent and a natural knack for writing. So I started pushing him to write a book, because I have been thinking that if a total hopeless loser like me can write book, then Gautam, who is much more talented and gifted than I could ever be, I thought he can do a much better job. So I kept on pushing him and asking him to write, but he kind of behaved like a prima donna. He said, "Nahi sir, karunga, baad mein karunga, abhi to busy hoon." What was the thing he said? कल सुलझाऊंगा तुम्हारी जुल्फें, आज अपनी उलझने सुलझा रहा हूं मैं. Those kind of stuff that he used to say in a very poetic manner. So I felt okay. I felt like those, producer directors were chasing stars. Said, please give me your date, and the star is like, oh, अभी बहुत busy हूँ. मेरे secretary से बात कर लेना, बाद में आना. So I kind of felt that way, and then I waited until this intersection happened. So finally, as I said, the years of waiting has paid off, and we have found a fantastic gem of a book in Intersection. So I waited 10 years.
Absolutely, and
Sir, I just want to tell you, 10 years for one book.
10 years.
Yeah. I've been pushing it from 2010. So finally, he agreed to write. He deigned to agree to write for me.
No, but there is one side I think which also needs to come forward here, that the only disagreement we've ever had in life was about this, that sir wanted me to write a non-fiction book, and I was absolutely insistent that I will only write fiction because that's been a passion since I was in college. So finally, when he agreed that okay, you can write fiction if you're really that adamant about it, is when I really put my mind to it, and then Intersection kind of shaped out of that thought process. So
no, it is like if suppose like I'm asking him, please take a Mercedes, please write a Mercedes, and the boy kept on, sir, I want Maruti, Baba, I want to write Maruti, I don't want Mercedes. So what can I do? So finally, after 10 years, I said, okay, bhai, go in your Maruti. I'm okay, but go somewhere in Maruti.
Okay. In fact, Zaidi Saab, going the discussion that we are having, here is a wonderful comment. It says that love the humility of Zaidi Saab. And that, I think, really is the view and feeling that our people who are attending to this show all probably have the same. Even I also think that it's a lot of humility, a lot of affection that you're showering on Gautam, which I think we all know has really made Gautam the kind of talent that you have been able to.
Now, he had 5 mentees, but he had special one for Arjun. He loved Arjun best among those 5, and even 100 जो Kauravas, मतलब 105 में, or if even include Eklavya, 106 में से that Arjun stood special. So Gautam is my Arjun in so many ways.
Wow! What a wonderful allegory, explanation, brilliant. Now, Zaidi Saab, what's your next book? आपका अगला किताब क्या है? क्या आप हमें क्या present कर रहे हैं?
Actually, problem is that there are a couple of stuff that I'm still contemplating whether to write a non-fiction or fiction. So, like there are a couple of projects. I don't know which one will come out first, but there is one non-fiction pipeline and one fiction.
Okay.
So we shall see that whether this comes out early next year, because with times like this where it was COVID and uncertainty, and publishing world is also taken a kind of pause. So we are waiting for the best time for the books to happen. So maybe early next year, I would be sure that whether it should be non-fiction or fiction.
Well, lovely. So, but we will be getting something. Fiction or non-fiction.
We make our living through writing. So now Gautam will understand that we have to write to survive. So we'll have to do that.
Yes. Yeah. And with that, talking about writing books, we see today books and the film part of it. It's almost that goes hand to hand. And you have had a lot of your books which have been turned into cinema. So, आपकी कोई किताब जो अभी तो OTT भी आ गया है, और OTT में तो एक नया ऑडियंस भी अभी is slowly developing. So anything new coming up on जिसे हम कहते हैं on the celluloid side of your books in between now and let's say
Gangubai will be the first to release among all the stories that is there for OTT.
Okay.
So Gangubai is a film which Sanjay Bhansali is making with Alia Bhatt in the lead as Gangubai Kathiawadi. So that
right.
Stories in Mafia Queens. So Mr. Bhansali had taken the rights way back in 2012-13, but I think he was waiting for an opportune moment in time. So Alia Bhatt is now cast in a stellar role. So that will be first one to come out. I don't know whether it will be theatrical release or digital release, but Gangubai will be first one to come out of all my works.
Oh, we'll look forward to that by all means. I mean, everybody who is here listening to this will look forward to that. And Gautam, I think I will also, you should ask your friends, to Zaidi Saab ne aapko jis tarah se aapka unka, he showered his affection and his trust on you. this show is almost like putting everything on record. So you should get your people to come and watch the YouTube and mere channel maybe, unke channel maybe, so that we can
Yeah,
share
yeah,
the
yeah. A lot
numbers.
of my friends are actually, I think, watching it right now because I've sent the link to everybody.
Oh, lovely! I'm sure that's
Yeah.
great. That's great. Okay, Gautam, what next? Since Zaidi Saab is
Oh,
here, Tilly is here, ये तो आपसे पूछ लूं कि what next? Next क्या किताब लिख रहे हैं आप?
so there is a little. I'm actually confused because one part of me wants to write a sequel to Intersections and take that universe forward, the universe which I created with Mhatre and Patankar, the special squad that worked on the case. But then I am also not sure if that is appropriate because I don't want to fall back in my comfort zone. Because see, it's a ready world which I'll just be taking forward, and it's a comfort zone because I know every character inside out. And is there that much of a challenge for me in writing a sequel to Intersections as opposed to writing a completely new concept, a completely new universe? And Zaidi sir knows the ideas that I have in mind. I have discussed them with him, in fact, and he loves the two ideas that I have. But we are still contemplating what to do because I would very much love to be somebody like a Lee Child or a Michael Connelly who has a very successful series of books. But maybe I will write a sequel now, or maybe I'll write a completely new book first and then write a sequel. So I'm still deciding that.
He has not
Zaidi
given the
साहब
whole
इसको
story. I think he's not given the whole story. I'll just let the cat out of the bag. Mr. Mengle wants to write two stories which are fantastic thrillers, and I mean not just books. They will be actually they can be seen as a very good thriller movies rather or series. However, I put a stop here and said, wait, let your book complete a year and let's see how people react to intersections. See, what happens is that in current publishing world, an author has to work the way Amir Khan worked in his movies. You have to have one book a year. People look forward to your book with a lot of keenness and interest. So Gautam, I asked him to put a hold on those two books. While we were doing that, we got some interest from people, some filmmakers who say that they would like to turn intersection into a multi-season thing, and they were looking for more stories, and which is where we thought, okay, why not to expand this intersection series into more? It could be Jack Ryan, or it could be a Jack Reacher kind of story. So, well, as I said, we'll see which will come out first. It's always the problem of a creative person that what would be best to do as a next step. I guess it will be clear in a month's time.
This is also the
well,
first time we
that's
This is also the first time we
yeah.
refer to that particular development in a public space. So you actually have
Yeah.
a breaking news moment on Kahani Concerti.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Lovely. There you are. So that's the big one. Thank you. I'm feeling elevated at this point of time. But carrying that forward, in fact, this is something I wanted to ask you, Gautam, and part of it has already been answered. This if I were to see OTT, if you look at it, there's an audience coming up for non-fiction. Take The Family Man, for instance, this Manoj Bajpayee thriller, whatever.
Right.
And so there is a market there is an audience, OTT, and we have so far been fed on the Bond series and the Lee Child and Jack Reacher. So why can't we? My thing was that why can't we have this Mhatre or a Patankar, the Indian Lee Childs of the world and stuff like that, and why not create stories around DCP Hussain, who could be a Lee Child for all you know. So, and it is good to hear that, what he suggests, I think is correct, because I have had some on the periphery link with the publishing world. And yes, it is important that, give it some time, see what the response is like. And if we are all hoping that there'll be a web serial that will go into that, in which case I think more books on Mathres of the world would be welcome. I suppose what he's saying is that's where it is leading. Yes, at the same time, I would love to have a Lee Child series, an Indian Lee Child. Because that's what it is like. But even though this is supposed to be non-fiction, but your books have done well, Gautam. From what reports I have got of your actual counter sales. Online and offline and bookstore. Of course, the timing that your book came out, it was in the pandemic period, so most of it must have really been online kind of sales. It was like not like walking into Crosswords and picking up a copy because of the lockdown. But the figures are looking pretty good. I think my figures that I've talked to somebody in the who are in the distribution business says it about 1,500 or so. Is that the kind of figure that they are they are speculating for intersections? Is it off the mark or is it near the mark? 1,500 copies so far.
More
2,000
than
copies.
that, I think. Right?
It's much
Oh,
more
then
than
they have
that.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bolo na kitna. That's really remarkable. I mean, it's such a good feeling.
It's difficult to comment on a figure, the exact number, because the bookstores and all those.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think he must have sold close to 3,000 something, I guess, or more rather.
Right, right. In fact, the guy I spoke to had said the same thing कि exact figure तो नहीं बना सकते क्योंकि online में चल रहा है, Amazon से जा रहा है, Flipkart से जा रहा है, and there are a lot of others also who are picking it up.
But in the first 6 months, 8 months, to have this kind of figure is quite an impressive number.
It's very impressive. It's certainly very
Especially in this
impressive.
uncertain time,
Also-
when the bookstores are closed and things are not even functioning
Yeah.
smoothly, at that time it is
Yeah.
very good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Gautam, you were saying something.
I'm saying it's also very heartening because to this day, almost 10 months after publication, to this day, I am getting messages on WhatsApp from friends from all over the country showing me pictures of the book they just received from Amazon. Still, I get one such message every 1 or 2 weeks. So it's really heartening to see it still being bought and read.
We want more people to buy this book and read, to take off from where you are leaving off. We need more people to come buy this book. And in fact, Turni Dhar has just said, by the way, this is how things happen. Turni Dhar has just said that ordered mine.
Oh,
Meaning
lovely.
she is just, while we are talking, she is ordering. And Sheila Sanyal says that considering Intersection was launched during pandemic and book signing launches could not be held, the sales figures is really extremely remarkable. There are no two words
Thank you
about
so
it.
much.
Right? So
Thank you so much.
that's the way to go. So people are, I'm sure they'll
Thank
be
you very much.
right. And yes, we need to thank everybody for making those books being ordered.
We'll have a book
But,
signing session. We shall have a book signing session soon. I think maybe in a month's
Very
time.
good.
We're going to organize that. For Mr. Mengle, will
Great.
not let him escape without signing the copy of the book. For the people. That's the
lovely. But Gautam, tell me, though it's supposed to be a fiction, how many of these are the subplots, the subplots? How many are actually fiction, or
No.
they have been?
None of the subplots are fiction. But only the names have been changed. Even the characters that I have created, they are amalgamations of the hundreds of cops I have met on the job. Some good, some bad, some gray, some on the edge, and then I have added like a little dose of fiction into each of them for the sake of the story and for the sake of the book. But the procedures are 100% authentic. So many little incidents, so many little actions that the police take in the book are based on completely real life incidents. Even for that matter, the squad that is created by DCP Samad Khan, such squads actually exist. So a lot of DCP rank officers have their own special squads to work in their particular zones, and the rivalry between the city police and the crime branch is well documented. It is something every crime reporter knows. So apart from the larger story arc, which is of course fiction, nothing apart from that is actually fictitious. Just the names have been changed and locations have been changed for the sake of the story, but most of it is actually true. And that, by the way, is something I have also learned from Hussain sir, because Hussain sir has these novels called The 11th Hour and The End Game, and I think he is among the pioneers of the concept of fact-based fiction. So
Lovely.
that is
lovely.
one more thing he's taught
Yes.
me.
Yes. And another message has come from Turni, says that it's a fantastic figure considering that this 3,000 or whatever during the pandemic times. Yeah, it is. And you can party tonight. We are all, and I wish we could join you at the party tonight. But
We'll do that soon, Sri
there is a, we'll do that. We'll do that soon. Absolutely.
Can I take your leave? Is it okay if I leave now?
Oh, sir.
Yeah.
नो सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच जयदी साहब आने के लिए। पर फिर भी जब आपका अगला किताब निकलेगा, जब वो आपका वो जो फिल्म जो निकलने वाला है, फिर हम आपके साथ एक प्रोग्राम के लिए हम आपको प्री बुक कर रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, डन, कमिटेड।
अब हमारे थैंक यू वेरी मच। अब हमारे कहानी कंचीरती में आइएगा, हम गप्पे करेंगे और वो गौतम और हम ही दैट टाइम ही विल टर्न माय साइड एंड
मिस्टर बेंगले को बुलाएगा। यस, प्लीज कॉल हिम आल्सो, डोंट लेट हिम गो। मिस्टर बेंगले आ जाएंगे तो मैं भी आ जाऊंगा। जी जी,
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग हुसैन साहब।
थैंक यू गौतम,
थैंक यू सो मच जयदी साहब।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming.
विद यू। मिलेंगे इंशाल्लाह।
सुपर, थैंक
जी,
यू, मिलेंगे।
बाय बाय।
See you, sir.
थैंक यू, बाय बाय।
Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't stay any longer. I hope they will not mind. They will forgive me for being early.
No, I had already. They have been pre-warned. So, thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you
coming.
very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, now Gautam, that leaves you and me, right?
Yes.
There's something that I
Don't
wanted
have to make it sound like a
wanted to-
threat, Sweet uncle.
No. But there is something that I wanted to say about this book.
Right.
The more I read the book,
Mhm.
I found it was actually some kind of a tribute to the police force. Police forces in every city, they carry a bad name. I mean, they have also their problems, the political pressures, internal pressures, rivalry within the police force. It's up to everybody is aware of it. Yes, like in the Black Friday, a lot of the stuff that came into India, at that from the beaches, there was corruption, and those are all accepted facts. Given nobody, it's not illegal to say that police forces are they indulge in corruption. Oh yes, they do. The commissioners of police in different cities have been removed overnight, and then there are political game plays. Right now, there is one happening in Delhi. Why has he been made the police commissioner?
There's also what's happening in Mumbai.
Oh, there is also what's happening in Mumbai. So all that happened. But something. This is something that I wanted to bring this point. Despite all that, and other restrictions and handicaps, the police forces of the city police in small towns, wherever you look at it, and across the world, they do a fantastic job, boss. Actually, they still catch the terrorists. They do. They still catch the terrorists. Whatever has happened in Mumbai, the Mumbai blast and the 26/11, and if you take all of them put together, they took time because they were handicapped, as I said, technology, which is now probably available with them and stuff like that. All that put together, they have done they do a remarkable job. So I think there's a lot of changes that I think Gautam, this intersections will probably make, and I hope it makes, is to tell, which I want to tell our viewers over here, that please have great amount of respect for your city's police force. I mean, just by giving them galis and saying that wo chor hai, wo politics hai, they are also human beings like you and I. But then they do so when they actually deliver, they deliver stuff that you and I can't deliver. The teamwork, there's your book is full of a lot of teamwork that happens.
Yes.
Despite Matre, getting drunk every night, and that the chap sending his car to his house and Matre coming back in his scooter, all that put together, there is tremendous amount of teamwork. And as a matter of fact, Gautam, there is such teamwork that I think a lot of management, schools and a lot of corporates should actually study from the police forces of our country and
Absolutely.
other places as to how to get this thing, the team put together. Now, can I ask you something, Gautam? I want you to read a part of the book. Anywhere you feel like, just open the page and read.
Before we go to that, just taking off from what you said about the work that the police has to do. and the 26/11 terror attacks. That was one example that
Yeah.
you cited, and
Yeah.
if we could just talk about that one. Had
Sure.
Ajmal Amir Kasab not been caught alive that night,
Hmm.
proving that Pakistan was behind it would have been a nightmare. Because Pakistan didn't even
Ah.
accept the dead bodies of the 9 people who were killed. It was only when Kasab was captured alive, at the cost of a very fine policeman, by the way, at the cost of
Yes.
Tukaram Omble's
Yes.
life. It was only the
Yes.
moment that the police top brass received a message saying we got one alive is when they said, after this, you shoot to kill. Because after this, we have what we need to milk all the information out of him. We have what we need to build a case against whoever is behind this. After this, you don't have any constraints.
Right.
Even in the
Right.
thick of an
That's
ongoing terrorist operation, if they have to think about these things, and that is what I've tried to bring out in
yes.
intersections. Like one senior inspector from Kolaba getting insecure about an independent squad operating in his own compound and trying to make trouble for them for no reason. That petty politics is something that they have to deal with every day. And that is just one challenge that they face while trying to catch criminals, while trying to prevent crimes, while trying to ensure smooth communication between the police station and the citizens. So it's not an easy job. There are bad cops, there are very bad cops, absolutely. But in fact, there is a very strong anti-police sentiment right now, and social media is full of it. And somebody actually asked me, why, despite being a crime reporter, am I not subscribing to that extreme anti-police sentiment? And I told him it is only because I am a crime reporter and I have been in a position to look at them from so close for the last 13 years that I do not have the luxury of making that generalization. I cannot
Very
just
gracious.
sit and say that all cops are bad, because they are not. I would be doing injustice to my own experiences if I said that.
Absolutely. That's very gracious of you, and that's very, very honest of you. Because yes, you know them so closely. You just can't get onto this anti-cop. There are reasons. I mean, public do have reasons for anti-police. Kabhi
Yeah, yeah,
kabhi.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's, but yeah. At the same time,
Yeah,
we have
there
to
have been
understand that
instances
they
where I
also
have
have
covered stories which show the police in a
right,
bad light because they have made mistakes. They have shirked their duty. They have done something which uh, no uniformed officer should do. And those are the times
right.
when I have not shied away from covering that. It
Absolutely
is always professional. There
true.
is nothing personal that I have for or against the police, right? It is my job.
Right. Well, I think I want to ask this something to our viewers over here and those who are watching. I'd like to ask you all, and please put on the comment on our chat box as to what is your view about the police forces of your city. You know,
Right, sure. It will be interesting to know that from our viewers.
yeah, it'll be interesting. So do give us a feedback. Do give us a feedback. My first take on reading Intersection was other than the story, and it's wonderfully written, Gautam. I must,
Thank you so
actually
much.
compliment you on that because the craft, the crafting, the plots are there. The crafting of the book is amazing, and also you have also done, given us a lot of, like for instance, the 16-year-old boy initially, and I knew that was your intention, was to
Mhm.
lead us onto the path that there is some romance happening between a 28-year-old school teacher and a 16-year-old student. Till you were thinking, okay, now what happens? Is this school teacher going to seduce this kid? And then suddenly it turns on to something else. Now that
Right.
I think was absolutely remarkably brilliant, and the linkages, and not to
Mhm.
forget the gentleman in Shivaji Park, the industrialist,
Right.
whose
Right.
basic line was just make some noise, किसी को मारना नहीं है,
Hmm. Hmm.
थोड़ा
Hmm.
आवाज बम का आवाज करो, so that
Right.
at least I
Right.
make my point, I get my brownie point. These are all real
Right.
situations. I mean, that we know they're all live people.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
those of you all who haven't read it, you must read Gautam's book because it's so beautifully written, and it'll keep you guessing. It's one of those unput downables, like a real crime thriller. And here the crime is the cop. I mean, the cops are solving the crime, so they're all around you. You can actually see Matre smoking and sitting in his scooter and. Okay, I've been asked not to give away the story. Gautam, that was only
Right.
a trailer. So, Uh,
Right.
I've been told, don't give away the story, Mr. Sanyal. I'm not giving away, but can I have some comments on what you all think about the police force? Meanwhile,
Yes, that will be
Gautam
very
is going to
interesting.
read from the book. Yeah,
Sure.
Gautam
Yes,
is going
I
to
have a
read from the book.
copyright here.
Ah,
Okay.
please, there you are. There you are. You have the copy and you have the copyright both, so you can read.
Yes. So book reading out loud is not really my forte. So I'm just trying to pick out the best possible.
Go ahead.
Right. Okay. I'm still live, right?
You're live. I'm giving you the entire screen
Oh,
so
okay,
that
okay. You had
people.
me confused
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
minute.
yeah. No, no, no. I could see that. I was watching you and I realized this
Right.
guy is. So now you know I'm giving you the entire screen. The stage is
Oh,
all yours, Gautam, and that's how
right.
you go and
Thank you.
read. After that, I'll give you the stage once again for something else. But वो बाद में पहले तो इसको पढ़ो.
Okay. Thank you. So this is a an incident where Uday Mhatre, the central character, and his mentor in the police force, Sharat Patankar, first meet. This is a flashback to when they first met. The two cops had first met 2 days after the Shivaji Park incident, when Mhatre was still in the hospital. Patankar was with the crime branch at the time in charge of the Unit 5. For policing convenience, the city is divided into 13 zones, and each has a crime branch unit to conduct parallel inquiries into cases registered by police stations. Mhatre had woke up in the KEM hospital an hour after he had blacked out, surrounded by his colleagues and seniors. His injuries were not serious. He had sustained a few stray shrapnel wounds to his face and torso, but nothing that would leave a scar. Nobody knew of the deep and secret scarring of his mind. The physician in charge decided to keep Mhatre under observation for a couple of days before discharging him. That period was almost at its end when Patankar went there to visit Mhatre. The Crime Branch Unit 5 had jurisdiction over the central Mumbai area, including Shivaji Park, and Mhatre had been expecting someone from that unit to pay him a visit eventually. Procedure demanded that an independent agency conduct a probe into incidents involving policemen discharging their firearms in the line of duty. They had decided that Mhatre would visit the Unit 5 office in Kurla the next day and formally record his statement. Before leaving, Patankar had slid his chair forward and placed a hand on Mhatre's unhurt shoulder. In the days to come, Patankar had said, looking deadly serious, a lot of people will have a lot of things to say, but hindsight is a luxury available only to those on the sidelines. What you did back there was nothing short of heroic. Always remember that. Mhatre had felt a lump in his throat. Thank you, sir, he had managed to say. Patankar had squeezed his shoulder before standing up and walking away. That meeting was the beginning of a professional relationship that soon turned into friendship, despite the difference in seniority and age. Mhatre was barely into the profession, while Patankar was a veteran of the encounter era with years of experience. So I'm done. And I would like to say there is a reason why I chose this particular passage, because this line, hindsight is a luxury available only to those on the sidelines. That is my tribute to an officer that I respect a lot. He's unfortunately no longer with us, Mr. Himanshu Roy. He was the crime branch chief
Right.
for a while. And when he was Joint Commissioner Law and Order, the Azad Maidan riots had happened in Mumbai, and he had appeared on a television news debate where the anchor was grilling him as to why this was not done, why that was not done. You could have done this and that, and there were a lot of Mumbai's elites who also had an opinion to share on prime time. And Mr. Roy had very coolly said that, I will only say that hindsight is a luxury available to those on the sidelines. That just said it all in that one line. And if Roy sir were with us today, he would really be very happy for me, because he's one of the few officers who was nice to me. Policemen have this habit of being condescending to you if you're new on the beat and if you don't know your basics. Roy sir was one of the few who actually taught me a lot when I was a young and trainee reporter. So this line was for him actually.
Lovely. That's a great tribute. That's really a great tribute, and it's a very honest line, and a very very powerful line. It's a very powerful line. There is one reaction. It's come from Shubha Mengle, and she says here that I think the pressure faced by the uh, police forces equal to no other workforce, which is true. That they are pulled from all directions, they perform in spite of that. Exactly, they perform
Exactly.
in spite of the fact that they are pulled from all directions. So just to say, that giving galis to the police force, and nowadays what happens, as you rightly said, social media, anything goes on, the whole thing swings like a hawa.
Right.
Then something else happens that tomorrow the hawa will swing somewhere else. So it's not. But yes, they really are into. Okay, now that we are almost coming to the end of this chat show, and there'll be many more, I'm sure, Gautam, as we
Of course
go
there will
along
be.
and
Yeah,
with
yeah,
your
yeah.
new books. And of course, hopefully, as we have addressed this issue, that soon, hopefully, there'll be web series, and you'll be working more on which, as a breaking news that I have got from
Yeah.
Zaidi Saab. Um, okay, and there is another one here. This has come from Sheila Sanyal, and she says
Hmm.
that Kolkata police is very helpful and particularly very respectful to women. I have had great experiences on the streets of the city. Yeah, that I think they are also Kolkata police. I know they are doing a lot of work on this area. But for senior citizens, they have a platform called Pranam.
Okay.
So if you're a senior citizen, I think all police forces have, you get in touch with that Pranam in your thana, and
Mm-hmm.
they will come and check on you. They will call you up once in a while and say, "Uncle, how are you?" and "Auntie, kaisa hai?" and stuff like that. And they might drop by to visit, kuch chahiye, all that. So, and
Right. Right.
if one partner is unwell, wo ambulance, doctor, wo sab ho jata hai. Well,
Mumbai
you
police
are
has a similar.
they do right.
They have a similar initiative where certain constables in every police station
Hmm.
are tasked with
Hmm.
visiting all the senior citizens in their jurisdiction, particularly those who are staying alone. And
Ah.
like over frequent visits, these people just become surrogate sons for the elderly in their
Ah,
jurisdiction.
yes, yes.
And every year, some of them who are totally alone, like their children live abroad or in a different city, or
Yeah,
whatever the
yeah.
reason might be. If there's like a old woman who lives by herself or an old man who lives by himself,
Right.
the police celebrate their birthdays every year in their house or in the police station.
Oh, how
So
lovely. How
it's
lovely.
very
How
nice to
lovely.
watch. Yeah.
Very. No, that's the human face of the police force. I mean, we must admit that's the human face. I've just got another very long message. It's from Aisha
Okay.
Mitra. Aisha says that my perspective on the police force also shifted during my short stint interning with Gautam. Prior to that, I too had a blanket negative opinion of the police force, but I met a lot of good cops in the Mumbai force through the course of reporting on crimes in the city. Have had a similar experience in Bangalore, and controversially enough also in Delhi, meeting versions of Himanshu Roy. But of course, I have met my share of horrible cops as well. Often made me feel unsafe as a citizen. You know, so that's Isha. Thank you very much for those comments. Himanshu
It's
Roy,
been more than a
obviously.
year since Aisha interned with me, and she still cannot observe word limits.
Yes. So she said that, of course, I've had my share of horrible cops as well, often made to feel more unsafe as a citizen by the dot dot dot. That means she lost count of the word. So that's what must
Yeah.
have happened. That's great fun. But then coming back to the talented Mr. Gautam Mengle, you also run these stand-up comic shows.
Uh, it's a very
Uh,
I mean it's a hobby. It's a hobby, and it's something I haven't been able to do for a year and a half because of the pandemic. But I started doing that because I've always had terrible stage fear and I wanted to overcome that. And also because I had
Okay.
attended a few open mic events, really wanted to see if I am really that funny or if I just have supportive friends who tell me I'm funny. So I started, and it's still a skill that I am mastering. So it's a long way to go. I mean, there are people who perform nearly 5 days a week and they study their audience, study the industry, and put out some really good content. So I stand nowhere in comparison to them. But yeah, it is something I'm trying my hand at, and the pandemic has put a stop to it. So
No, no,
saying
no.
that I
The
run
pandemic
these
medal.
shows would be an injustice. I just participate at the shows that are run by other people. So I just wanted to set the record
That, that
straight.
that's no, no, no. That's absolutely fine. But the pandemic may have put a stop to that, but we are not putting a stop to your little bit of comic. So maybe you can give us a kind of a sample, sampling. Like these
Uh,
doctors, pharma companies pass on these medicines to the
right, right,
doctors, and
right,
उसमें
right.
लिखा रहता है कि
Yeah.
physician sample not for sale. So maybe you can
Hmm.
give us a physician sample not for sale, but maybe we could. Shubha says that I am doing an excellent work as the host, excellent hosting, Shuji. One can see the
That
study
is
and
true.
preparation that goes in. Well, Kahani Kancheti. So that's no, that's because I don't do excellent hosting, Gautam. My guests make me a very good host
That is very
because my
gracious of you,
guests.
uncle. But if I may disagree a little, it is because you are such a wonderful host that I am so comfortable here today. So you must claim
Yeah,
some
I hope.
credit for that.
ठीक है चलो थोड़ा तो मैं ले लेता हूँ
हाँ,
पर
थोड़ा
आप
ले लो.
थोड़ा वो नौटंकी दिखाओ थोड़ा नौटंकी तो दिखाओ ना आपका थोड़ा कॉमेडी हाँ फिर जाके तो इसको खत्म करेंगे कहानी
No,
आज
I'm
ओके
actually working on a new set, and
ओके
it's basically observation comedy. For example, I am
ओके
working on this show called Grey's Anatomy. If you heard of it, Grey's Anatomy is a
या
show about
या
doctors and their lives, and
राइट राइट राइट
I'm just thinking which doctor it was who found it so necessary to put it out there that we doctors also have a love life. That whole show is just about,
ओके
it's
राइट
not like we don't get any action. We also have love lives, and these are the spots in the hospital where you can get some privacy. Somebody actually wrote a 10
राइट
season show about that. So I am really surprised.
ओके
What was the motivation behind, which doctor was so insulted by the observation that doctors don't have a personal life? And there
so
is
do give us a small nugget from your these one of these comics that your open mic consider this to be an open mic.
No, it's just that also that it's also another observation of mine that the human race, by and large, is hopeless. It's completely hopeless because we don't deserve good things in life. We had an amazing tool in the form of WhatsApp. What did we do with it? We turned it into a propaganda machine.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
every morning, I get messages saying 10 good things about this political party which the media will never cover. And because I am a journalist, I take that personally. So what I do is that those 10 good things, I Google them. And every item in that list is actually the headline of a news article.
Okay. All
Somebody
right.
actually
Okay.
takes the time to create a list by Googling 10 different news articles and trying to convince us that these are the things media is not covering, whereas this is what the media has covered. Right? We don't deserve good things. Truecaller, we had Truecaller, exceptionally good app which
Yeah.
lets you know who is
Yeah.
calling. I know
Yeah.
somebody who goes around saving numbers of his friends with weird names
Hmm.
on Truecaller.
Acha.
Weird names. He'll save his friend's number saying Chota Bheem
Okay.
for
Okay.
no reason at
All
all.
right. I know. I know. I know.
If you
That's.
if you use Ola and Uber, for example, Ola
Hmm.
has this postpaid facility where you can pay
Hmm.
after a
Hmm.
certain amount of time,
Hmm.
and if you
Hmm.
miss the
Hmm.
payment,
Hmm.
they start calling you saying your
Yeah.
postpaid bill is overdue.
Hmm. Hmm.
Somebody is actually taken the trouble to save all those numbers on Truecaller saying don't answer, Ola don't answer, Ola wasuli, Ola mat uthao.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Acha. So,
Oh,
okay,
yes.
so that's actually, wow.
Now I don't know whether to
Amazing,
call this
amazing.
public service or what to call it, but that is what we do with technology.
Well, that's the whole thing. And another literally and it is we must talk about this publicly, Gautam. It's a pain in the ass that people start doing these WhatsApp groups,
Oh
and
my
in
God.
the WhatsApp group these good mornings and good evenings, and there was a friend of ours, an ex-colleague, yeah, ex-colleague, who had a problem with the alcohol and
Mhm.
smoking. So ultimately, he reached such a stage that doctor said, "You drink one more, and you can go straight, drink and
Hmm.
take the bottle to your funeral."
Hmm. Hmm.
So he stopped all that, and then after retirement, he was from Kerala. He has
Hmm.
gone away to Kerala and settled down in some backwaters. Must be wearing the lungi and doing whatever. But the
Right.
worst part is, every day in the morning he says good morning, and with some flower or some, oh my
Right.
god, and every evening he again sends you good evening and then good night. So we have tried to persuade
That
him
brings me.
कि तू वापस दारू पीने चले जा, because we can't tolerate, because he has no work to do. He has been told not to drink, so he keeps sending good morning, good evening, good night. So we want him to go back to drinking. Yeah, you were saying
That
something.
brings me. That brings me to one of my favorite jokes, which I've tried so far at open
Yeah,
mics. This
sure.
5-year-old kid went missing from Navi Mumbai,
Okay.
and his family
Mm-hmm.
circulated a message saying, "This is our son. He is 5 years old, and जिसको भी मिले प्लीज आप हमें खबर कर दीजिए, उनके घर वाले बहुत परेशान हैं." वो लड़का उसी दिन शाम को मिल गया, लेकिन उसकी फोटो और वो मैसेज आज तक व्हाट्सएप पे घूम रहे हैं, और हर 3 दिन में वो लड़का किसी न किसी को दिखता है, वो उसको पकड़ के वापस घर पे ले जाता
Oh, really, this is remarkable. Absolutely.
है. Thank you.
Well, well, thank you for. Well, I think we have had an excellent session, Gautam, and of
Thank
course,
you all.
जैदी
Thank
साहब
you.
जब मिलोगे तो हमको दोबारा हमारी तरफ से एक सलाम ठोक देना, और हमारे जो
बिल्कुल,
आए
बिल्कुल.
हैं, and I'm sure one thing that Asia will now do is to get on to that word limit. कहीं ना कहीं
Right.
she will do that. Asia, please continue to come and visit us at Kahani Kancheti. We
Yes,
have great
please
fun
do.
like this.
Please.
And for those who have come and joined us, before I thank Gautam, I have to thank you all for
Yes,
continuously
a
coming
big
and
thank you
patronizing our
from
show.
me as well for that. Yes.
Gautam as well. So we are both thanking all our viewers. And this program will be up. Just 1 second, I'll give you the link of the. This will be up in another 2 hours' time on our YouTube channel. We can be up on our YouTube channel, so you can. Those of you all who have missed parts of it can actually see it later on, and tell your friends to come and see. And there is one more point that I wanted to add is that the next program of Kahani Kancheti, please follow us on our Facebook page and you will get all our details. Go to our website, which is there. By the way, Gautam's book has been reviewed by Kahani Kancheti in our book section in our
Yes.
website.
Yes.
And yeah, and there is one more thing. On our next program is a little interesting. The next program of ours actually starts at 11 p.m. at night on the 14th of August, and
Okay.
it ends at 1 a.m. of 15th August. We are
Okay.
holding a 2-hour program, 11 p.m. of 14th to 001 hours of 15th, 2 hours. The program is called Freedom at Midnight.
Lovely.
And the Freedom of Midnight program, there is going to be a discussion on a book on Swaraj written by Aparna Vaidik, and Dr. Anirban Bandyopadhyay will be interviewing her on this new book. It's a book on, she has written Swaraj stories. Then we are going to have some patriotic songs sung by my friends from Mumbai, Suparna and Aishwarya Chakrabarti. There will be a talk, a presentation on the freedom fighter Pritilota Wadiddar, who had shot herself in that Chattagram
Right.
armed, right? And after that, there's going to be a small play reading actually by my friend Dharam Arora from the theatre on Toba Tek Singh. And
Oh,
finally,
Toba
in
Tek
the end,
one of my favorite stories.
Toba Tek Singh, yes. Absolutely. I thought nothing could be better to do a freedom thing with Toba Tek
True.
Singh, Manto, Pritilata Wadidar, Suparna, and Aishwarya singing this. And also that book on Swaraj. It's a very excellent book by Aparna Vaidik, professor of history at Ashoka University. And Anirban Bandyopadhyay teaches at Gandhinagar, both historians. And then in the end comes the big comes the big bang. Usha Uthup
Oh.
and her band of ladies of Avehana Rotary Club in Kolkata. It's an all ladies Rotary Club. They have actually sung. They have, and mind you, it has been sung during pandemic, edited during pandemic. So everybody was singing from their house, including Usha Uthup and everybody else on Humko Man Mein Shakti Dena. So that Nari Shakti is going to come into play. We are going to be planned to end the last 5 minutes with Usha Uthup and those ladies of Rotary Club Avehana from Kolkata. All ladies singing that Vani Jairam number, Humko Man Mein Shakti Dena. So please come and join us. Celebrate Azadi. 11 p.m. on 14th to 1 a.m. on 15th. It's called Freedom at Midnight. Thank you very much. Super. Look forward to everybody. Yes, most enjoyable Adda from says Sheila Sanyal, and congratulations to the bright Gen Y author. Look forward to
Thank
more
you
from
so
it.
much.
Yes,
Thank you
we
so
do.
much.
We do, Gautam. We absolutely do. And we catch up soon.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Thank you very
Thank you
much
so
for
much
being
for
with
having
us.
me. It's been a wonderful chat. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. What an Adda. Lovely. Enjoy. Great. Thank you.